And protecting the population and minimizing civilian casualties have long been a cornerstone of the counterinsurgency doctrine.
Shocking footage exposes the truth they've been hiding for years. Watch in horror as celebrities' faces morph on live TV.
The issues that remain are minor.
Eyes change shape, splitting skin, and a lot more, all caught by camera.
It's not a New World Order.
The evidence is undeniable and absolutely terrifying.
And I don't do it through debates. I don't need to debate any Christian. I was a Christian. I am a Muslim. But he will ask you if you delivered the message.
A preacher, deep into his sermon, suddenly began to change. His face twisted in unnatural ways, becoming reptilian.
If you want, I can give you both sides. Easy. I'll play both parts. I'll be the Christian, you tell you this, and then I'll be the Muslim and give the answer.
Green and lizard-like. His features morphed again, this time with a transformation more visible, horrifying viewers who couldn't look away. Such an occurrence doesn't happen often, especially not like this.
You were at a place and you saw somebody change their religion to another religion in the temple of that religion.
Shape-shifting mayor.
That I think are very, as I said, respectful of our teachers and is fair to our taxpayers. The issues that remain.
A chilling moment unfolded when the mayor of Chicago spoke to the press. As he talked, his face seemed to split down the middle, revealing a gap that exposed reptilian skin beneath his human disguise.
That I think are very, as I said, respectful of our teachers and is fair to our taxpayers. The issues that remain are minor.
But what was even creepier was the realization that those standing close to him had faces that were just as unsettling, unnatural, almost inhuman. Was this a glitch or something more sinister? Reptilian comedian. Caroline Kebekis, a German comedian, had her true form exposed during one of her live shows. As she spoke, a momentary glitch in her appearance showed a reptilian gaze, eyes that clearly changed shape. The footage was uploaded to her official channel, but mysteriously, that part was quickly removed. Why? Some viewers managed to save the moment before it vanished, raising more questions. Is she hiding her true nature? Or is there something even darker behind this strange footage? Let me know in the comments. Reptilian rocker. At a 2017 concert in Paris, the unexpected happened. As the camera zoomed in on the rocker's face, his eyes began to change, transformed into something far from human. With vertical slits and an unmistakably reptilian appearance, they sent shockwaves through the audience. Could this be a glimpse into something far more unsettling? Could this rocker be a reptilian shapeshifter in disguise? After seeing those eyes, it's hard to deny that something strange took place that night. Unnatural news.
And protecting the population and minimizing civilian casualties have long been a cornerstone of the counterinsurgency doctrine.
During a live news broadcast, viewers watched in disbelief as the reporter's eyes began to shift unnaturally, leaving everyone stunned. It wasn't a glitch, but a deliberate, chilling transformation. The look in her eyes was enough to make people question if this was just a technical issue, or if something far stranger was happening behind the scenes. Whatever it was, it left people terrified and searching for answers. Reptilian eyes.
The New World Order. Looks like.
In 2024, Carla Rubilar, a former Chilean minister, sparked controversy with a viral clip. During a live interview, her behavior seemed off. An unnerving tension overtook her. But the real shock came when the camera briefly revealed her eyes. Her pupils shifted into reptilian slits for just a moment. The video quickly spread online, dividing opinions. Some dismissed it as a camera glitch, but others saw it as proof of reptilian beings hidden within the political world. Lizard Man. A seemingly innocent video turned into a nightmare when a man showing off rubber man tricks shocked viewers with an unexpected twist. After revealing a clawed hand with long nails, he scratched his face, peeling off a mask to reveal not a human, but a bizarre lizard-like creature underneath. Its skin was covered in strange patterns, looking eerily reptilian. As theories spread online, some believe these creatures are using disguises to move among us undetected. It's enough to make anyone question who's really hiding in plain sight. Unearthly presence. In January 2022, a CCTV camera captured something truly bizarre. A hunched figure, moving in a way that sent chills down the spine. With long, unnaturally stretched arms and a tiny skull, it looked as though it didn't belong in this world. The most chilling part? A tail that swayed with each calculated step. Experts found no signs of manipulation, leaving people in a stunned silence. Some argue it's an undiscovered species. Others suspect something far darker. Reptilian creatures walking among us. Reptilian spectator. Imagine a reptilian humanoid slipping right past us, unnoticed. That's exactly what happened at a 2014 stadium event. As the crowd cheered, a drone caught footage of a strange figure walking behind a guy filming. Dressed in a black costume, it didn't look human, yet no one seemed to react, not even the person right in front of it. Was this creature using some kind of high-tech hologram to blend in? Some believe it might have been studying the crowd, or even targeting someone specific. Well-dweller. Some videos are enough to make you question everything. One clip pulled from the dark web shows a woman or something that used to be one, emerging from a deep, dark well. Her face was deathly pale, her black eyes void of humanity. The sounds she made? A guttural, bone-chilling noise that feels like it's creeping under your skin. No one knows where the video was filmed or who she was, but the one thing everyone can agree on? If you saw it in person, you'd be running the other way without a second thought. Lizard Perry. During an interview at the peak of her career, Katy Perry was caught with her mask off, totally vulnerable. Her pupils changed shape and turned from something normal into an exact reptile. This was not something ever seen before, and she never addressed this. Reptiliana. Much like Katy, Brianna was not far off with her deception. Her eyes also glitched, and there has to be something behind fake lenses and fake surgeries. No wonder these celebrities glorify all of these things. Maybe it is to hide their true reptilian selves. Cyrus Lee Lizard. Miley Cyrus, during her Wrecking Ball era, was caught displaying reptilian features. And no wonder, because she was acting super strange throughout the year. And maybe this was why. Maybe she had finally let go of her human self. Creepiest reptilian. I don't have information on who she was or when this was captured, and it doesn't matter, because look at her for a few seconds. She cannot be human. Her face structure is too sharp, too pointy. Her eyes are wide, with that crazy look in them, much like a predator when it's about to eat its prey. Her nose is serpentine-like as well, but honestly, the creepiest of all her features is her smile. That smile is not human. Anchor shapeshifts.
The mother says that her 16-year-old daughter, the victim in this case, now keep in mind, this is the family story.
This video starts off like a normal on-location news report, but things take an unexpected turn. The original uploader claims it's an odd situation, and it seems the cameraman might know more than what's being shown. Mid-story, the reporter suddenly jumps out of frame for no apparent reason. Definitely unusual for a reporter.
Was also arrested here back on September 18th, where their account of what they see happened here on campus earlier this month.
Shortly after, the cameraman makes sure to reposition the camera, ensuring the reporter stays out of sight. Viewers in the comments pointed out even stranger details, like the reporter's neck turning an eerie green. What do you think? Just a bizarre coincidence, or do they really exist? Staring man. Captured on a British program, a man sat motionless, his eyes unnervingly still and wide, never blinking once. But it wasn't his stillness that shocked viewers. It was the slits in his pupils, like a reptile's. His nose and ears were unnatural, sharp, and straight. For minutes, he stared without a flicker, leaving viewers wondering if they were witnessing something sinister. Cinema Lizard.
Celular, ya, ¿sabes qué? Ya me voy, ya. Me vale madre, me voy.
At a cinema in Mexico, a couple argued, but what unfolded next left everyone in fear. The woman suddenly morphed into the man, who collapsed to the ground in a daze. As someone next to them recorded, the footage revealed something chilling. A reptilian creature slithering away in a panic, leaving terrified witnesses behind.
Me vale madre, me voy.
Lizard Ageless Cure. Zhana, a Russian woman known for her skincare products that promise eternal youth, is now at the center of a bizarre theory. At 47, she looks decades younger, but some say her beauty hides something much darker. During interviews, her eyes shifted in ways that were unmistakably reptilian, sparking rumors that she's a shapeshifter. Her success and flawless appearance have made her one of the most discussed figures in the reptilian conspiracy. Secret bodyguard. A video captured during President Obama's time in office sparked wild theories when the camera focused on a bodyguard standing nearby. His cold demeanor and piercing, almost unearthly eyes led conspiracy theorists to wonder, was he just a bodyguard or something much darker? Some believe he could be a reptilian shapeshifter, placed in high circles of power to subtly influence decisions and manipulate world leaders. Clone or breakdown.
And I was very proud of
Hillary Clinton left many uncomfortable after an unsettling moment during a public interview. When asked a simple question, her head began to tilt and jerk unnaturally.
And I was very proud
As if her brain couldn't keep up. The reporter appeared shocked, but Hillary quickly forced a laugh, which only made the situation worse. Things took a darker turn when her body seemed to malfunction, and security had to carry her to a car as though she were some kind of malfunctioning robot. Shifting eyes. Nicki Minaj's eyes have caused fans to question reality on more than one occasion. Her eyes seem to change color in an unnatural way, leaving many wondering if contact lenses were to blame. But Nicki herself denied it repeatedly, yet the color shifts continued, leaving fans puzzled and alarmed. Lizard Beast. A group of friends out for a peaceful drive found themselves staring down something that should have never existed. At first, it stood there, daring them to approach. Curious, they stepped forward, camera in hand. But the thing didn't take kindly to their attention. It charged at them with an unnatural speed, forcing them to scramble back to their car. Locals whispered it could have been a Nahual, a shaman capable of shifting between human and beast, or even the mythical chupacabra. But one thing was clear. Whatever it was, it had a personal grudge. Reptilian Lady. A packed stadium in Indonesia became the setting for something truly bizarre. Amidst the crowd, a woman stood out, her fingers tipped in black and her eyes completely dark. No whites to be seen, just empty, pitch black voids. What made it even stranger? No one around her seemed to notice, as if she wasn't even there. The footage exploded online, sparking a frenzy of theories. Was this an optical illusion, a supernatural being, or something much darker? Whatever she was, the mystery left the internet in a state of disbelief. Shapeshifter's Path. Some roads should never be driven on after dark. A YouTuber in Indonesia learned this the hard way. As he made his way home, something leapt into his path. Neither human nor animal. It crawled on all fours. Long, tangled hair hanging over a face that was wrong in every way. Theories swarmed online. Some claimed it was a Nahwal, a shapeshifter that could slip between forms. Others weren't sure. But one thing was certain. This thing was not afraid to be seen. And that's what made it terrifying.
Kita ini maksudnya ngapain? Dia kayaknya lapar ini. Aku nggak berani.
Cursed doll. There are places you should never explore. Basements top the list. One man, drawn by unsettling noises, found himself in a dimly lit cellar. There, he saw an old doll, seemingly forgotten by time. But the moment he reached for it, something moved. A pale, twisted figure with dark, disheveled hair emerged from the shadows. Some say the doll was more than just an object. It was a trap. Whatever he disturbed in that basement, it wasn't about to let him leave unscathed. Dark speech. This footage doesn't belong in the world we know. Captured from the depths of the dark web, it showed a man sitting alone, seemingly at peace. But across from him, a doll sat, staring with unsettling eyes. Then it began to speak. No glitching, no distortion, just cold, clear words. While people slept in the other rooms, a conversation took place in the shadows. No one can explain the origins of this video, but one thing remains undeniable. That doll had more than a soul trapped inside. Hanging horror. Late at night in 2020, a man's dog began to whimper in distress, sensing something sinister in the air. When he grabbed his camera, he saw it. Something strange hanging near a truck. Not standing, but suspended in a way that didn't belong. Its limbs twisted, moving unnaturally as if the creature was fighting its own body's will. He tried to capture a better shot, but the video cut out abruptly. Was it a glitch, or something lurking in the shadows that didn't want to be seen? Either way, the memory of that footage still sends shivers down spines. Night visitor. Some nightmares don't end when you wake up. A man lay in bed, hearing a voice from behind his bedroom door. A voice so eerily familiar, it called him closer. "Billy, is that you?" he asked, inching forward in the dark. The door creaked open, and then it stepped in. A tall, unnatural figure with long, wiry hair and limbs that stretched far beyond human limits. Its face was almost human, but wrong. One bony arm reached toward him before the footage cut out. Whether a skit or not, the image of that figure burrows deep into your mind, never to leave. Morgue mystery. Hospitals are unsettling on their own, but this? In August 2014, a CCTV camera in a morgue caught something that couldn't be explained. A body lay lifeless in the corner until something began to rise from it. A faint, shadowy form lifting off the bed before vanishing into thin air. The internet exploded with theories. Was this the soul leaving the body, or something else entirely? Whatever it was, it changed how people look at hospitals. After seeing this, you might think twice before stepping into one. Woman in red. Never explore an abandoned place alone, especially if it's near a cemetery. In 2024, a man learned this lesson the hard way. Wandering through the area with just a flashlight, he caught a glimpse of a woman in red. Her face was marked with a strange red symbol, something like a tick, and her eyes, completely white, with dilated pupils that seemed to pierce right through him. She sat motionless, like she wasn't even human. As he stepped back, something else sprang from the shadows and knocked him out cold. The video cut off abruptly, leaving people to wonder, was it witchcraft at play, or something much darker lurking in the shadows? Possessed daughter. One woman's nightmare started with odd noises coming from her daughter's room. Rushing to investigate, she found the room empty, except for a strange lump under the bed covers. Pulling back the sheet revealed her daughter, lying there with eyes that were entirely white and a mouth stretched unnaturally wide. Her skin was ghostly pale, making the whole scene feel wrong. Terrified, the woman fled, convinced something was off. Some believe it was a reptilian creature taking over her daughter's body, hiding inside her loved ones and controlling them from within. The horror of the unknown left her with no answers, only fear. Werewolf terror. Some legends refuse to fade into the past, and this video might be proof. Captured in a shaky, frantic recording, it shows a massive, fur-covered creature stalking through the woods, its wolf-like face locked onto the terrified cameraman who wasn't filming for fun. He was running for his life. The creature moved unnervingly fast, too fast to be normal, and then the video abruptly cuts off. No one knows where this happened or what became of the cameraman, but one thing is certain: if that werewolf was real, there was no time to escape. Abandoned horror. Arabian ghost hunters don't back down from a challenge, and one man learned that the hard way in 2024. He ventured into an abandoned house, expecting the usual creaks and eerie sounds. But soon, things took a sinister turn. Doors slammed shut, as if warning him to leave. He pressed on, only for an object to suddenly fly at him from a pitch-black room. Reality hit hard, and as he turned to flee, it was too late. His final screams echoed through the darkness, leaving behind only questions. No one knows what took him, but that house, it didn't want anyone there. Daylight Goatman. Goatman sightings are typically reserved for the dead of night, deep in the woods, but one village saw something entirely different. In broad daylight, a goatman, part goat, was spotted strolling through an abandoned area, as calm as if it didn't have a care in the world. The creature's appearance sent locals into a frenzy. This legendary being, whispered about in folklore, had no business being out in the open. But there it was, terrifying everyone who witnessed it. The village would never be the same again. Parking lot horror. A man, just going about his evening, found himself in a parking lot far darker than he'd expected. His headlights illuminated something chilling. A tall, shadowy figure covered in thick, matted hair, its features impossible to make out. The driver froze in fear, unsure of what he was staring at. The figure vanished into the night, leaving only a lingering terror. Was it an animal, a spirit, or something far more sinister? The footage went viral, and after seeing it, who could blame the internet for losing their mind? That thing was pure nightmare fuel. Window Watcher. It was a quiet night until a loud noise jolted a man awake. Thinking it was just the wind or an animal, he wandered into his living room to investigate. What he saw outside his window, however, wasn't anything he could explain. A massive humanoid figure, its face barely visible but unmistakably non-human, stood motionless, staring in. The brief clip left the internet buzzing with theories. Some thought it was a yeti, others believed it was some cryptid or something hunting nearby. Whatever it was, if it were me staring out that window, I'd be gone in an instant. Sky figure. In an undisclosed location, a casual sky watcher got more than they bargained for. A massive, almost invisible figure floated high above, with an eerie presence that couldn't be ignored. Some said it resembled a woman. Others swore it had a distorted face staring down. The footage spread quickly, leaving people with a sinking feeling. Was it a bizarre cloud, a trick of light, or something much darker? Some even thought it might be a warning of something to come. No one really knows, but that clip is one that stuck with anyone who saw it. Jungle encounter. Deep in a jungle at night, a lone adventurer heard something moving around, something unsettling, different from the usual wildlife. He pulled out his camera, scanning the darkness. At first, nothing. Then, a massive, shadowy figure stood motionless in the distance, its presence undeniable. The figure, the height, and the eerie stillness. Everything screamed Bigfoot. The footage was grainy, but the face was unmistakable. Owlmen. In November 2003, a forest ranger set out on a normal patrol, unaware he was about to uncover something that would haunt him forever. His camera caught strange figures emerging from the trees. Beak-like faces, unnaturally large eyes, and a presence that felt completely wrong. These weren't humans, at least not entirely, their eerie calls filling the air. The footage cuts off abruptly as they close in. No one ever saw the ranger again, leaving the world to wonder, were these the legendary owlmen, or something far darker? Bull-horned terror.
What the?
What started as an ordinary jog quickly turned into a nightmare. A man running through the park noticed something strange in his peripheral vision. Curious, he stopped and began recording. In the middle of the track stood a shadowy figure hunched over, almost motionless. It appeared exhausted, maybe waiting. But as the man watched, the creature slowly stood, revealing its true form. Tall, humanoid, with massive bull-like horns curling from its skull.
What the?
For a brief moment, it seemed almost like it wanted to speak. The video cuts, and the man, he bolted out of there without a second thought. Desert horror. In a remote desert, an Arabian man ventured into the ruins of an abandoned house, hoping to capture something supernatural on camera. The silence was suffocating until he spotted something in the corner. An unnerving, dark figure, motionless but clearly aware of his presence. Most would have run, but not him. He approached, asking, "Who are you?" That's when the figure twitched, its movements jerky and unnatural. Was this just a staged hoax, or was it real? The video left viewers with chills, unsure of what they were seeing. But one thing was clear. No one was ever the same after watching it. Oregon shadows. In Oregon's dense woods, a quiet home became the center of something that would leave its owners terrified. It started with small things. Apples gone missing from the backyard tree. At first, the homeowners blamed deer or raccoons, but then they saw something far more unsettling. Dark shapes, towering and elusive, slipping between the trees at night, and those eyes, glowing, watching. Was it Bigfoot? Or something even stranger hiding in those woods? Whatever it was, one thing is certain, the homeowners aren't stepping outside after dark anymore. Jungle phantom. A family exploring a jungle never expected to find something like this. Their little kid pointed and froze, spotting a massive, shadowy figure standing motionless in the distance. The footage wasn't the clearest, but that shape, impossible to ignore. Some say it's Bigfoot, others suggest something darker lurks in those woods. Whatever it was, the family didn't wait around to figure it out. One thing's for sure, they made a fast exit. Goatman sighting. A lone hiker ventured into the Siberian wilderness after dark, a decision he'd soon regret. The silence around him was thick, but it didn't feel empty. Then he turned his camera, and there it was. A towering humanoid figure with glowing eyes and horns. Not just any horns, but goat-like ones, twisting and menacing. If you've heard the legend of the Goatman, you know exactly what this could be, and it's not something you want to encounter in the wild. Abandoned horror. A group of teenagers thought exploring an abandoned school would be a thrill, but they quickly learned why some places stay untouched. At first, the eerie silence was all they encountered. Empty halls, broken windows, the usual signs of neglect. But then it appeared. A shadowy figure peeked from behind a doorway, watching them. Before they could react, it moved fast. They ran, terrified, but the footage cut off, leaving everyone wondering if they made it out. Whatever happened, they won't be going back to that school or any other abandoned place anytime soon.
Look. Oh shit, let's go, fucking this way.
Possessed Jim. In India, a panic-stricken call led authorities to a gym where something beyond explanation was happening. One of the exercise machines was moving on its own, like an invisible force was using it. No strings, no wires, just unexplainable motion. The footage spread across the internet, with wild theories popping up. Some blamed black magic, others thought it was a possessed machine. Was it the ghost of a fitness enthusiast stuck on leg day? Whatever the reason, the video left people completely freaked out. Creepy doll. I'm done with dolls after this one. A guy was picking up Halloween decorations when he found a creepy, humanoid-looking doll. It felt off, but when he turned to record it, something even weirder happened. The doll's eyes moved. They followed him around the room, like it was sizing him up or something. People online were freaking out, claiming it could be black magic or a trapped spirit. Personally, I would have thrown that doll out the window right then and there. Mountain encounter. Two siblings were enjoying a day out biking on some mountain trails, having a blast. As the terrain got rougher, they decided to switch to hiking instead. While exploring the wilderness, they had no idea something else was with them. After setting their camera down, they wandered toward the woods in the distance. What they didn't know was that they had just captured something unexplainable. Wait for it. Did you catch that? Let's rewind and watch closely. For just a brief moment, a figure appears. Definitely not human, and not any animal either. Who knows what else might be hiding in the forests around us? Now it's time for today's main lizard of the day. This grainy and strange video was recorded on a phone by a border security personnel who was very suspicious of what he saw on 29th of March 2013. There was a normal-looking man that was talking to the border security and looked frustrated or worried. It all made sense because he wanted to escape Newfoundland, Canada, but they weren't letting him. And that's when his eyes glitched. His human mask was coming off, and he almost lost all control, which is why he covered his face immediately afterwards to try and cover his eyes up. But it was all caught on camera, and you were also caught watching my videos without liking them. So comment below. And thank you for watching.